Alright guys, we're back. Life22. Okay, anyways, Life22. Our topic is leeches, and our sponsor on this video is Quinn's Weight Crafts, making shirts and all sorts of mug products and things like that. I had a custom-made shirt for my favorite radio host when I was growing up, Mr. Don Imus. And it was the sad demise of his career. It was inevitable. But nonetheless, we're starting with leeches and going around the room. Myself, my Robin Quivers, June. Actually, that might be your official title, is Robin Quivers.
Robin Quivers.
My Robin Quivers. There's a hyphen in there. It's one word. It's not a name. It's a title. And then we've got Tim the bartender. He doesn't raise his hand or nothing. He just shrugs. It's Jason the mechanic and Bruce the painter. I wish that the Lucky Charms guy had like a signature move, dancing his feet or something, or bowing, or tipping his leprechaun hat.
Bruce is one of the Duck Dynasty guys.
Oh yeah.
One of the what?
Duck Dynasty.
Oh.
You and your beard and your camel hat.
Alright, so we're getting off topic, but we're going on leeches, and I wanted to start us off with a different variation where we left off last time. Last time we left off with Bruce's GoFundMe, which will be started here within the next...
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah, he's going to Disney World. Yeah, he's going to go to Disney World, and he's going to get his life straight, and he's going to get... We also got to get him off.
No, fuck that.
We got to get him off of the junk, right?
The
social services.
Yeah, the government.
We'll get him off of the social services, send him to Disney World.
Right. This is the real goal.
This is I feel like we're on a real radio talk show right here.
I actually feel like I'm going to go to Disney World.
Well, you have to straighten up, Bruce.
You probably will.
And then we have to make sure that you're the 87th caller. But so leeches. So a different topic on leeches from where we left off last time is people that render services and don't pay for them. And Jason the mechanic has had this happen to him recently.
I mean, numerous times, you know, and it's always I'm helping somebody out, you know, because they get in too deep. There's too much wrong with their car. They haven't got enough. We talked about a price beforehand, and other things went wrong. So I help them out, you know. I give them some time to pay, and then they get their car and leave, and they never come back. And it's happened 2 or 3 times in the last year. And I think it's just ridiculous, you know. Like, I'm the guy that kind of stuck it out, helped them get their car going so they can keep on living.
And you're not the Department of Social Services.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm just
a different mentality.
I'm a guy that needs funding just as much as anybody else, you know. And so they pull it from me. Right? I helped them out, so they take it away from me.
Yeah, because there's not a
Friday.
Well, like no shame.
Exactly.
You know,
I'll
no
pay
shame.
You Friday. No,
that's something like.
No, really, I'm going to pay him Friday.
No,
I think about daily is that like people don't have shame anymore.
Right.
That's part of the reason. Like nobody feels shame when they don't hold to their word, no matter what it is. Whether I'm going to help you do something this weekend or whatever. So like. Everybody can just screw off, do what they want, not pay bills. They don't care. Right?
No,
remember
back. Let me put you in a situation. Remember back in the day.
Remember
back in the day. Yeah, you used to just hey, you can take matters into your own hands. Or there was the other thing, like you walk down the street, and you were the guy in your neighborhood, and everybody's neighborhood was super tight back in the day. And you slept with your neighbor's wife, and like they would fucking brutalize you. You never talked about sex outside the home, but they would brutalize the dog shit out of you. They would make you feel shame to the point. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. Like there was just this communal thing. I don't know if it was a religious thing, but it was whatever. Like it was part of our society, our culture, our community. That like literally they would just dog the shit out of you until you did what was right.
Now the shame is heaped on him for not being more sensitive to this person.
Oh, right. I mean, people bash they'll say I was too expensive, even though I give them a price before I did the work. I've had people go around that I have kept their car going, nothing wrong with it, and they go around and talk trash in town, tell people that I didn't fix their shit, or my favorite is like, let's say I do some work, their car's going, but like next week something fails and it breaks, you know, and it can't pass an inspection. The only thing they tell everybody in town is, I gave Jay $500, and my car don't even pass inspection. That's how it comes out, even though really I did some work wasn't even related.
Right.
And then next week some other shit happens. But when they're around town spreading word about my business, it sounds, the context is horrible. You know,
No,
shit
yeah,
that-
no.
shit
And
that
then they
comes
don't
back,
pay you
there's
anyway.
people that I hear talking trash and stuff that I can't even believe. People I've been friends with, or maybe I didn't even do any work for them. And they'll tell people their car was down at my place. They're trying to sell it to somebody. They'll tell them I did all the work on the thing, and I never even touched it. I've had that come in, too. It's
You know
unreal.
what?
And
Well,
again,
there's
like,
like-
and in your, you don't, you know, some of these people don't pay you, and
Yeah, what it comes down to is there's no shame. People
unless
don't
you
feel
go through the motions to
responsibility.
like take the money from them, which you'll never get anyway. You could hire a lawyer or whatever you got to do. You still don't get it.
no, exactly.
Leeches.
And here I
Right.
am.
But like, so let's talk. So how did that happen? Right? Why is everybody
Why is there a sense
shameless?
of entitlement?
Right.
Yeah, why is there
Why
that sense
why
of,
don't
like,
they have a feeling of like I have an obligation to go pay this dude back because it's
Because
right,
they can
right.
just go to the next
right?
guy.
But where did we?
Where
why
did it
is it
happen?
going to
Where-
that? Where did it
which-
fail? I mean, is it because like families are so broken and like there's nobody that really gives a shit what so many people do? So they're like, hey, you know what? I don't have a dad to make happy or whatever. So like, I really don't care what I do.
Or
You know? There ain't gonna be no dad that's ashamed of me. So what's it matter?
Right.
You know?
so many more years ago, you know, when communities were so much smaller, it was probably just a little more tight knit. Like, hey, that's, you know, I know Bannis. That's I went to school
Oh,
with
yeah,
me, you know,
that's
blah blah
his
blah.
son, and,
So it was like if somebody didn't pay you, that actually shamed my
The
father.
parents.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
You
used to be able to just go
know,
like,
but
you know,
it's
break a
not-
leg or
it's
something.
like,
You know,
oh,
Right.
and then there's
But I mean, I still-
Martina Martinez, and she's just working the system,
You know, but
and let's work,
and
let's
getting
work
her
the
like-
mechanic,
like
let's
if you
work
did
the
it for
mechanic
free.
too, because
But if
guess
you knew
what?
Jason Panis was a good good
I
guy
can
and a
pay
good
you
mechanic,
tomorrow.
and somebody was talking shit about him, you should have the balls to stand up. It was like, no, he's a good guy, and he tried to do you a fucking favor. Don't
Right.
just
Yeah.
go with the collective
Right.
group thing because you don't
Yeah.
want to make waves.
Right.
Stand up and have some fucking balls.
Sure.
Like, you know what, he did the work. You should fucking pay him.
Right.
Don't come crying to
But
me.
they don't. They'll
At least-
cry
at
on
least-
Facebook and
yeah,
stuff
don't-
if
yeah,
nobody
don't-
ever comes
You
to
don't
see
give
me.
him the fucking time of day.
You
You
know,
know what I mean?
or
Like,
they
they
just
get back
move
on
to
Facebook
Las
and tell them you're a
Vegas,
fucking
like-
deadbeat.
Call it a day. Like,
They gotta go as far as you can, apparently.
go to Las Vegas. Don't worry, that's
But
where
I
you
mean,
can, that's where you can find them.
you know, the shame goes to other things too. Like the other day, I was thinking about this shame topic. I'm in line at Country Fair. I'm buying something. Dude at the counter, you know, he's buying a blunt, cigarettes. His girlfriend decides she wants some candy. So like, there's this line for him, and she
Yeah.
goes off to get candy. And there's this line for him. We are all like just
Waiting.
Yeah.
And the
Right.
dude's chilling. He's not even like, oh, let me get my stuff out of the way. We'll get back in line. No, just
Like, it's your
stand there and
job.
hold it up.
Yeah.
No, I did that. I did that
And you
yesterday.
can tell, like, the
I did it
dude
yesterday
had-
at Arby's, and I wasn't even buying food. Like one of the guys was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
we just
thanks
put
for
our
bringing
order in.
some.
We're gonna put our order in." Like I wasn't even getting food. Like this, we were in a line. Like we were waiting like 6 cars deep, and and one of the guys with me was like, "Yo, ask him if I can get an Arby's melt." I'm like, I'm not gonna ask him that, dude. We just waited all this time just to get our food,
Right.
and he was like, "Yo, baby, can you get me another Arby's melt?" She's like, "Of course we can." Like because they're there to sell food, and they don't, you know what I mean? They're supposed to give a shit about drive-through times, whatever. Like, and then the snow load from that little like pitch awning at Arby's, like fucking dumps right in my fucking window. Just having a horrible Friday.
What was it? 2 tons of snow?
God, it
Is
felt
what
like
you
2 tons
told
of
me?
snow. Like
About
that was
2
my
tons?
day.
It
But
was
anyways,
about
that was the whole
4,000
thing.
pounds.
That's the same mentality. Like you can't just.
Well, this girl went off for 10 minutes to look through candy, and the dude stood there, and he did, like, you could tell, it did not
No,
bother him at all
because
that we're all
obviously, why
standing
would
there.
it?
Yeah, like I wish
There was
people
no
could
shame,
get road rage
dude.
in line.
I would.
Well,
Like,
you
oh my
do.
god, I would just.
No, you
I
can.
do in my head.
I am
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Because if you're
can.
surrounded by metal and glass,
Bar and beat
You're-
somebody for candy.
You're behind grandma, and you're just like, move it, lady.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
you
then
know?
you're just like,
but I'm like not even that guy. I won't
right
mumble or
around
grit
her.
my teeth or nothing, but in my head, man, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I wish I had a hammer and I could crush your skull and not fucking.
yeah, like,
That's
watch
all
the
I am.
Pez come out.
I know,
Like, yeah!
you're like, if I could just, you're going so slow. If I could just like ram you real quick.
Be like,
I'm
here,
not going
get
to
Tim,
your-
like,
Tim, your head bobbing.
I don't want you.
Right.
Oh, but I mean, like, the difference between, like, some old person, counting on her change and her coupons. She's not
No,
being.
no, no,
She's
no.
not being.
Oh, no,
No,
those
we're
people.
not
Oh,
really
right,
being
right,
like
right.
that mean.
No doubt.
Let's
I mean,
finish.
they're not being inconsiderate. They're just a little slower these days. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the guy just like
there's
him.
a difference.
I'm talking about the fucking slovenly, skinny, nasty, dirty beta male slave that had to fucking and then sit there and hold her place in line where her fat ass got more candy while everybody else could wait.
Right.
You know, that only comes from one gender.
Not
right, but it ain't
not
even the thing that kind of sucks is it wasn't even like he didn't have some ego and think, man, I'm that fucking cool. I'll make all of you wait.
No, he
It's
said he
just-
probably sat there hunched
it
down
just
with
didn't
covered
bother
his
him. He just
nuts like a
figured, you know
bitch.
what, everybody should just wait.
You
That's
said
almost
he's like
worse than the dude that's like, you know what, I'm a big motherfucker, y'all can wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if he was just some big ripped dude, I'd be like, I ain't
No.
gonna say nothing.
Usually some, yeah, you know better. It's self-preservation, but it's usually like some dirty ass.
Cultural
Yeah.
will tell us
Yeah,
how
he's got his pants around his ankles.
Yeah.
And fucking, you know what I mean? Like just an idiot, a worthless piece of shit that just fucking said is like, you sit there and you hold my fucking place, or you're in trouble later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just men are just terrified. You know, they fucking get raised by bitter single moms who drove the dad away anyway. And they look for fucking, look for a ton of sympathy from everybody else. It's like, well, maybe if you weren't such a miserable pain in the ass, you'd have stuck around. You know?
True that.
Kind
True
of,
that.
sort of
Whatever.
here and there.
The cultural war, though, is also the war is also shit. I just lost my train of thought. God damn it!
Well,
That's
let's
been
hope
a
it
theme.
It is
Tonight.
Yeah. The
You got it.
we got this. All right. So the issue really is though, like you get down to there. If like when somebody's watching this channel, they're gonna be like, no, I'm only gonna play devil's advocate on you here.
Go ahead,
Tim. They're gonna say no. And Jason, it shouldn't be the big beefy guy because everybody should have that persona, right?
Right.
Right, like,
Oh, yeah.
oh no, the big beefy guy that's at the counter, because you'd say, I don't want to fuck with that guy.
I don't wanna know.
Like,
But you should be able to be a little girl in all situations and be like, you know what,
I can be a big guy,
I can. Yeah, exactly.
and everybody's supposed to know that. You have the right
You
because the
should.
goddamn millennials.
They're all
At the same
dumb.
time, we all have the same right to be like, excuse me, I've been waiting for this long. I have to pick my daughter
No,
up at 3
exactly.
o'clock.
If you cannot open
can
up
we
another
cash
register,
what they've got out right now so that I can check out, and then when they come back,
Can I leave my
jump
credit
in
card
line or
here?
whatever.
No, but if you
I
cannot,
mean, maybe not. That might be a little.
no. You totally like. Obviously, if this
I
person's
shouldn't have
gonna
to
be
ask
more
for it.
than
Common
30
courtesy.
seconds
No, and
to a
I
minute,
mean, it sucks. I
yes,
can't be
the
that guy
next
because I'll
person,
flip
you
out.
go ahead.
You know,
If
I
you
can't
cannot
just, I can't
open
be
another
nice, you know,
register,
could you just
Right.
decide I really
Can't
gotta,
open
you know,
another
I gotta
register.
time
Okay,
when
I
step
feel
I'm
like
to the
Leeches
side.
I
conversation
just wanna
really
flip
does
out.
bleed
keep
into.
it rolling.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Put it on
Leeches
hold.
conversation
It's
just
just-
leads
exactly.
leads into
It's not
like
gonna
sense of
make any
entitlement
more of a
and this
difference.
whole like cultural issue.
It's a huge topic. You know, these people are it's just so pervasive now.
They
It's
are
like they're
absolutely
everywhere. You know what I mean?
ridiculous.
We're infested with these people, and I mean, they're a fucking virus. You know?
Nobody gives a shit
We
anymore.
are.
And like, you know what's funny?
Yeah, but you know what sucks, dude? Half the people I run into that are good dudes that I consider good people, dudes, women, whatever, like me, that work and keep the good fight up. And like I mentioned something like, you know, my checks in the mail or something, and they like feed in like, man, where's mine? You know, like if they knew how to get it, they'd just give in and take it. They would.
Yep.
A
People
lot
are
of them
giving
would,
up,
man. There's
like
a
I
lot
said.
of them.
And
A lot of people
that's
are good.
pretty
They're
much
all
going
big-
to the dark
big
side.
Issue.
Yeah, the mentality's going to change.
Absolutely.
Like eventually, you know, like we used to admire, you know, somebody that worked hard and earned what they had. Now you're going to get looked at as a sucker.
Right.
You know what I
and
mean?
the thing is, they'll
You know
come
what?
if they think you got something. They'll come take it.
Yep.
They come for it. And the lawsuits are just that people.
Oh, right, hair behind
Leeches
those.
get into lawsuits,
Yeah,
man,
if they can
will
beat your
fucking-
brains in and
I
take
mean,
what you
like,
got, they'll do it. And if they can't, they'll find a lawyer that'll
Yeah.
do it on a legal
Like the
route.
only reason I make it is because I'm like a new business owner, you know, mechanic by myself. I'm just struggling to make enough to make a living.
Right.
Right, because you don't have to pay for
But
workers'
if, like,
comp because
if
it's just
someday-
you. Like
if
that's,
someday I had 5 places and I'm like Monroe or something, I don't know if I can say Monroe. But
you could say.
But
But
anyway,
they named
Let's
their.
let's say I end up with like where I get to where like I consider it successful. I got multiple business and shit. Them motherfuckers are gonna come gunning.
Yep.
And they're gonna try and
Oh,
take
yeah.
whatever they can.
And you want to
They
talk
don't
about
have much.
the cultural mentality and this whole sense of entitlement with like big places, small guys, the small business owner who does not have to pay workers' comp on himself. They can if you want to. That shit'll beat the shit out of you. Like, workers' comp is just, it's... And you think about, why do we have workers' compensation? Is it because we have big robber barons nowadays? Do we have these people that are working salt mines that really need to have, like, to have, like, we have to protect the worker? Or is it to the point that the worker has lobbied so much that they like, literally, you on top of workers' comp policy, you also if you have employees, you also have to pay for a disability policy. So they get hurt at home, your policy has to kick in and cover them for getting hurt at home. Their policy also has to get kicked in if they're pregnant or going on paternity leave, which means your wife was pregnant and you need time off of work. So they'll cut you a check for that. That shit's ridiculous.
Yep.
That should happen.
I mean, to a certain extent, it should be. There should be certain
Everybody
allowances
should
for
have
pregnancy,
full rights.
but like, our mentality was that we hired a person in the past and we paid disability, and it's like, well, she was pregnant, and they're like, but she was disabled. She was disabled, and I'm like, well, she knew she was going to be disabled. She knew she was going to be disabled anyways.
How is being pregnant being disabled?
That was.
I have no idea. I guess it's
Until
parasitic
the
in nature,
end
right?
of the
Fuck,
pregnancy,
I know.
No, it must have been something in.
I mean, it does
It had
happen.
to have
But
been
but back in the day, think about it. Back in the day, you used to plan this stuff. You used to say, "Hey, you know what I mean?" And even if you didn't plan it, like
Really?
No.
well, no, I mean, even okay, all right. So you didn't used to plan it, but
No
you didn't.
kid is an accident. Give me a fucking break. We
And
all
no
understand
kid-
how that
and no
works.
kid is-
Right? No,
But
no
you don't
kid was.
know
No,
who
but,
you're gonna if
No
you're
kid-
going to fuck that
Almost.
night.
But so let's-
probably
let's-
like 15%
drunk.
of kids are planned.
all right, so the like plan, like we're timing it. Like I'm like there's a guy with a stopwatch in the room. Like I'm saying that there is a certain degree
It
of
happens.
like you're going out there, an accident has happened, like, but is it society's job to pick up the slack?
No,
like
it isn't.
right,
No.
like but also like back in the day, there also used to be a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home parent.
Right.
So like if you're looking at it from that perspective, the stay-at-home parent like already knew that they were going to be a stay-at-home parent raising these kids and or whatever, but like it wasn't like built into like the like, oh, you have to go to work now, and the government is also going to pay for your child care and for your maternity leave. Well, you still get child care because you're gestating. Like that's like asinine. I think that's ridiculous. Because it's not a disability. They didn't get a forklift truck didn't make them pregnant like at a factory.
Chose to get pregnant. And and because of the availability of abortion these days, which I think is a completely horrific and barbaric solution to a fucking problem here in the first world.
Right.
But hey, the court said they can do it, so I'm sure they're going to abuse it. So you choose to get pregnant, you choose to have the kid. That's not a disability. That's not a situation. It's something that you have to deal with.
Well,
and you need to make enough money to to provide for it. That's
we have
nobody
to
else's
remember,
responsibility.
We are a fucking really stupid race or human or species.
We used to be
We're
semi-intelligent.
really,
Yeah.
there are
Like,
plenty of
until around
intelligent
the
humans,
60s.
but for the most part, we're not really all that smart.
No,
we
it's
know
not
that
'cause
we're
of
going to
the
get pregnant.
60s.
We know how to get
It's not
pregnant.
'cause of the
but we don't give a
like
fuck.
the song
It's
said, only
because-
stupid people are breeding.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
It was what it
It's
seems
not
like,
even that.
yeah.
It's
Well,
because
the problem is we're like too
it
smart
is
for our good.
honestly, it's all because
Robert Covers has
of
spoken.
it's all because of all the new technology, all like everything, all the fucking those stupid little kids. They'll sit there and they'll be glued to the TV all day long, like
And you blame that on technology?
yes, technology. Quinn
Oh.
will be like,
I know where he's gonna
she'll
get
a
you.
remote.
He just
She'll get a remote and she'll be like,
I
hello?
don't. You
Hi,
can
Quinn.
get her at any time now.
She will talk to you. She'll tell you she took a nap, she did this and that. Those kids, I've noticed more and more lately, not that they're getting that much older, they will sit there and they will be so focused into whatever new movie we put on the TV for them.
That's
It
actually,
is my fault.
Oh,
It is my
Bruce
fault.
is getting on it.
No,
It is.
Thank you, Bruce.
I mean-
Tim didn't want to be the bad guy here.
Yeah.
It's my fault because I have a similar issue.
They all do it too.
children.
Like that's. I mean,
Got
shit.
to
We
do
shouldn't
that,
legalize
but-
television.
This is
Because
my
I can't
thing.
Well, the thing is,
fucking
'cause as
beat the
humans, we're
fuck
being
out
smart,
of them,
right?
Oh,
when they
time
need
To
it.
be
out.
smart means
Time
we're gonna be
out.
lazy.
Oh.
Me and
Being
Bruce are
smart
in the
means
same
we're gonna
boat.
do lazy things, and lazy means not having to work hard.
No, me
So-
and Bruce are in the same
It's like
boat.
counterintuitive.
He has 2 kids that are not technically all his. That are crazy.
And you have 2
And I have
that
2
are
kids
technically yours that
that
are
are
crazy.
kind of
Ah, hello.
mine. They're kind of mine. They're mostly his. Freaking ridiculous. Like,
And it's going to be
But they're little
our
kids,
fault
so, I mean,
when
like,
they're
is it
begging
abnormal
for
them to be rambunctious
welfare
and
and whatnot.
inquisitive and
playing with poop and taking your diaper off and peeing all over your room and
yeah, I mean those kids are 1 or 2
No!
years old. Yeah.
those kids.
2 and 2.
I don't give
yeah,
a.
but,
I don't give a goddamn shit. Those kids should not be doing that.
well,
Miley, who is
Better
my
turn off
oldest,
TV.
who turned
Yeah,
10,
still
she
would like
never. She was the best
Huh.
I
kid.
get drunk sometimes. Pee all
in the
over.
whole entire
yeah,
world.
right. See, we've got adults that are doing it.
She.
Yeah.
So,
It's just early practice.
yeah. So,
Wouldn't
we've
be our
gone
fault
far.
if they
We've gone
become
far,
leeches.
far off topic. Here.
Yeah.
But
How did we get there?
we're gonna come back and we're gonna if you guys are
Like
everyone's
7
sticking around for one
minutes.
more video.
Sure, we'll
Indeed.
do
Awesome. Roundtable discussion about leeches, and we are going to be discussing the landlord-tenant relationship with leeches.
With,
Oh,
I
no.
heard thymus.
We have
Hashtag.
some intimate relations, don't we?
Yeah.
Anyways.